Okay, so what we're going to do is learn how to use our Carvera Air Machine. All right, so our first thing up is let's just get it ready. So you'll have the machine and it's got a movable bed, and one of the first things you want to make sure is that it's got its spoil board on. And so if you're a little nervous on cutting through it, sometimes you can install two spoil boards. It comes with a little MDF board, and we've made additional spoil boards out of our birch plywood, and they just slide on, and they've got little holes in it that goes over the screws, and they just pop right on. Okay, so they're pretty straightforward on how they go on. They only go on one way, and they're pretty easy because it's got a button over here that's going to be our level button, and there's a big hole, so it just goes over that. You can't put it on wrong, right? Because you can't put it on any other way, so it only goes on one way. And usually what is a good idea is to grab a couple of small screws. Okay, and you've got different sizes of these little screws, right? And they are hanging out on the side of the machine. Okay, so we installed the little holder for most of our little screws. Okay, and you'll grab a couple, and what you'll need is you'll need to either get a screwdriver or a Allen wrench and install a couple, and that will just allow this to hold into place. And I typically will put one down here, and you just put it in and just screw it down. Okay, and that's going to hold it into place. And I'm going to grab another one. Let me see if I can get another little tiny one here, and I'm going to put another one here at the very tippy top corner. All right. All right. So that's going to hold my wood into place. Okay. And if it looks like it's warping a little bit, I might put another one in right over here. Okay. So I'm putting in 3. Okay. And for the most part, your spoil board should already be installed, so you shouldn't have to worry about it. But over time, this is going to get damaged when you cut through it. That's why it's called a spoil board. Okay. Now, let's turn on our machine, and the power button is in the back. It's kind of about 2/3 of the way up, and it's on the right side when you're looking at the machine. The machine makes a really loud beep. Okay, I'm going to zoom out. All right. The lights come on. You'll hear it click. That means it's going home. This top light up here will turn blue. Okay. And you'll hear a fan running. All right. So now we've got the machine on. Okay. And it may or may not have our exhaust system installed, and when you're first starting out you don't really need this installed, so I'm going to take this off for right now. But it's useful to have the little pipe. If it's loose, you want to make sure that it is installed here, and this is going to be our dust extractor. Okay, so make sure that that is firmly attached there. Okay. All right, now our next step is getting our wood attached. Okay, so this is going to be my piece of wood that I've got. This is the size of wood that we used in our Aspire file. This was the 150 by 250 by 13 millimeters. Okay? And so I'm going to put it down on my piece of wood, and it's going to cut through. So anytime that you have a piece of wood that cuts through, I like to use the tape. And that's going to keep the pieces of wood that gets cut out from moving around and having it break. So you're going to pick which side that you want to tape, and so this side is rougher, so I'm going to have that be my bottom side. So that's the side I'm going to tape. And we have this woodworking tape. And so you're just going to put down, you don't have to use a lot of this tape. It's very, very sticky. So you will grab some of the tape, run a strip through, cut it. Okay. And I'm going to put another piece down. And usually a couple of pieces is all that you will need to utilize, because more than that, is a little bit of overkill. Okay. And so I've got a couple of pieces. That should be more than sufficient of what we need. Okay, make sure you get all the little bubbles out, and then you're going to just peel this off. Just like that. Just like this. And that's going to hold it down. Okay. And now I'm going to place it onto my piece of spoil board and press it down. Okay. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. All right. So there we go. And you can kind of see where I left a couple of holes here, okay? Because we're going to also clamp it down, because I also don't want it to move. The tape is good, but it's not perfect. And nice thing about this machine is it doesn't jiggle a lot, okay? And so that's where our clamps come in. And so we've got multiple types of clamps. We've got these little types of clamps right here, and they can be placed where you can have them where it will hold down like that. We also have these aluminum clamps that came with the machine, and they can be utilized where they'll hold the machine down like that. Or you can use these as step clamps. And place them where they will hold the wood like that. Okay. And so it kind of depends on how big your working piece is. Okay. And so what I usually am working on is we're usually going to be using the maximum amount of wood. And so I'm usually end up trying to just clamp the very edge of the wood. Okay. And so I'm usually trying to figure out what's the strongest way I can clamp it with the minimum amount of clamp on the wood, because you do not want your bit to hit the clamp. Okay. We also have a number of 3D printed clamps at our disposal, and sometimes those might be the best. So we've got little clamps that look like this that you can utilize, and oftentimes these might be our best clamps to use, and I actually like those the best in many cases. And we've got different shapes of those. Okay, and so these are all in the little bins that we have available, because sometimes these fit really nicely over the holes, particularly on the sides, right? Because you probably will want to have at least 2 or 3 clamps to really hold it down. Okay, because one of the challenges sometimes with having these clamps when they stick way out is you don't want it to hit the plastic when it folds down, because this large shield will come down, and you don't want, when you have your clamp mounted, you don't want the piece to hit it, otherwise your machine is going to give an error. So you want to try to make sure that your clamp isn't sticking out too far over your bed. You definitely don't want it to be sticking out over the front of the machine itself. And so if you're not over the machine itself, you're going to be pretty good when this is extended all the way out. And the same thing in the back. You don't want it be sticking out too far over the back of the spoil board, because then it will hit the back if your piece goes all the way to the back. So you just want to be careful about how far it sticks out. So that's why sometimes using the shorter clamps is best. And so then once you get the clamp, you grab another screw and you're going to slide it through, and you'll get it into, line it up with the little holes that are here, and you will screw it into place. Okay, and you'll get it tight. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to grab one of these, and instead of using this as a little stepper, I'm actually going to use it as a little holder on this side. And notice it's going to step on the side a little bit, but I have plenty of give over here. And in order to have it hold down on this end, I can slide it right through my little hole that I've got there. So I'm going to put this one here, and then I'm going to fasten down. Okay. Okay. There we go. That's going in that one. Perfect. Let me get that in there. All right. So I've got that tight. Perfect. All right. So now I'm going to put another one on the back. Okay. And I might be able to use one of my aluminum ones, because it doesn't stick out very far. All right. I also might be able to use another one of my 3D printed ones, like one of these again. I think I will do that, and I'll probably hold it right here, and I'm going to grab another one of my screws that are over here. Okay. Perfect. Make sure it's mounted on there correctly. And I'm going to tighten that screw up. Okay. All right. So now I've got 3 clamps nice and tight. So I've got this one here, right, screwed in nice and tight. I've got a white one over here, and I've got one in the back that's nice and tight. And so I can also put a 4th one over here. A general rule of thumb is you can't over clamp. All it is time, but it's better to over clamp than to have your piece of wood slip, because if your piece of wood slips, that just means you've ruined your piece of wood and you've ruined your job, and that means you're going to have to do it all over again, and nobody wants to do that. Okay. And sometimes if your screw isn't quite going in one, just switch it to a slightly different one. Sometimes if your spoil board isn't perfectly lined up, you might have a little bit of a glitch getting it lined up. Well, there we go. This one's working quite well. Okay, so let's get this guy installed. All right. So now I've got my fourth clamp in. Okay. And my wood is not going anywhere, right? I shake the whole machine when I shake it. Okay. And that's kind of what you want. So again, just make sure that you get all of your clamps nice and tight. Okay. All right. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is I'm going to start up the controller, right? And this was in the other video of setting up the controller. Okay. And this one is connected via USB. So I'm going to go to my COM port 4. It's going to connect to the machine. There we go. We are connected up to the machine. Okay. And I'm going to make this big. All right. I am going to load up my file that I want. Let's load up the Tech Pioneers file again. Okay. I'm going to select it. Perfect. All right. That's the file that I've got. All right. Everything is good. All right. All right. Now I'm going to home it. Okay. Everything looks good. Okay. It would have given you an error. And notice if everything is looking good, the light turns blue. It'll turn red or yellow if something has gone haywire. Okay. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to learn how to use the margin, and we're going to learn how to home it. Okay. So if there's a bit in there, you take out the bit, and you can store any of your bits also in the little side brown holder. They can just get put in there. And you're going to end up using the probe, which is mounted right over on the side of the spindle. Okay. And so you will take the probe out, and you will pull down the handle again and mount it, and then let the handle back up, and your probe should stay there. And if you press it, a little green light will come on, and you'll see a little red light. That's a little laser. It's almost like a laser pointer. Okay. So now I am going to zoom in, and we are going to margin